Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today, with the silent masses now behind us, our time here on Kiaba Gamma has almost come to an end. You'll notice we're not on the circular platform. I went ahead and moved back to where we met up with Dement Hanuman, right near where we found that ladder. And today, we're just going to sweep the last corner of the map. We've seen multiple stairways, but I feel like the most logical route is to just take this narrow path here, behind where Delphine was standing, and then just follow it around counterclockwise. That should take us through our last couple of encounters. And of course, I'll be keeping a keen eye out for anything new. Right, I suppose I could have just as easily taken that ramp over there. But no big. Rail car full of...
Keep a sharp eye.
Oh, nice. Adaptive flak vest. 40% armor, medium. Grants +3 deflection and +15% armor. Loses -1 armor and -5% at the end of each round. +10% armor if the wearer's intelligence is more than 55. I mean, in theory, that's 65% armor, at least on round 1. But the only int-based characters we have are Pask and Valen, and neither wears medium. The car is filled with refuse, broken pieces of spare parts, chopped up lumps of flesh, bits of wire, and other rubbish.
I always have a backup plan.
Why do we need a tech check to tell that? Remove obstacle? So, what did that accomplish, I wonder? Oh, I see. Release car brakes. Ah, right, okay. Which we, in theory, could then use to get that valve. Sure, why not? I mean, I feel like we could have also just used the power of climbing and or reaching to get it, but I guess moving an obstacle and crashing 2 train cars into each other is not an overly elaborate, insane way to do it. Door. I'm not sure I remember there being a valve here. I want to say, back in Alpha, there were some crates you could stack and climb on to pull, like, loot out of the back of a rail car. So this does feel like something new. There's our other route up. That leads back down to the rotating circular platform. Oh, and an autosave. Always a good sign. Ah, cultists. So one last fight before Cubist Delphine. Fair enough. Let's see what's going on with this door first. I mean, in theory, we have something we can do with this valve. Some sort of twist or turn, just waiting to be discovered. Though, given that we have a fight just over yonder, it's most likely just some minor tactical advantage, akin to that destroyable wall we could use to circumvent the first group of cultists. Cogitator. And a locked chest. With more cargo, no big deal, but we'll take it. Conspicuously blank wall. Yeah, okay, I think I see where this is going. The cogitator looks dead. Only a single lit lumen shows that there is life within the machine. Elect to. Several lumens light up on the panel. You hear distinct clicks, and the cogitator goes quiet, clearly having fulfilled its purpose. Oh, right, the one we got back on Dargonis in Theodora's hidden lounge. Ah, okay, yeah. And there's our twist. Though, yes, this is definitely something that was not in Alpha, because they didn't have any of Theodora's secret stuff back in Alpha. So this is something I am not familiar with. Can we not disable that? Ah, right, I see. Okay, so 2 non-interactive traps plus a very deliberate path between them. Gotcha. All right, Juliet, just fall back. I'll take it from here. The thick layer of dust is a telltale sign that this place has had very few visitors. Despite that, you can still see faint footprints that were left by whoever came here last. Theodora, I presume? The device, which bears an odd resemblance to both a cogitator and a furnace, reacts to your presence with a faint blink of its lights and an inscrutable binaric signal. The towering furnace, wreathed in scarlet light, fills you with awe. As you approach, the heavy thrum of ancient servo motors erupts from the machine's depths, along with crackling binaric undertones. The dust-covered keys are illuminated by a faint, pale glow. A long binaric trill from the guts of the furnace triggers a wave of quiet clicks, coming from every direction. As the myriad of death traps are deftly disabled by the codes we found in the sitting room. Rumbling builds up in the bowels of the furnace, growing stronger apace with the sound of the ancient motors. The rumble is echoed by the screeching of metal gears and the clanging of unknown mechanisms. Slowly, almost hesitantly, the creation of the Adeptus Mechanicus disgorges a databank engraved with the coat of arms of House von Valancius. Neat. Feels like slight overkill. But, let's see what we got. Databank from Kiava Gamma. Oh, right. Okay, so we can't read it in the field. We have to take it back to the special bridge cogitator. Fair enough. These old research cogitators are unpowered. Oh. Yeah, that's probably fine. I'm assuming the gas we disabled was a trap and not a power source for the cogitator. And yeah, I guess that's it. Though that was definitely something new. And then, yeah, that's Cubist Delphine's platform, I think. So, we're almost done. Just, a few speed bumps to run over en route. Right, yeah, this guy. I do vaguely remember this guy. This was the first Chaos Space Marine you encountered back in Alpha. since it skipped the entire RetconRaider sequence.
Find within the primordial truth the strength and power to deliver retribution unto those who kept you blind. Sated with its divinity, manifest the will of the true gods, and strike down the unbelievers. Peer into the darkness that conceals the true path. Avert not your eyes, for the one who looks will witness the essence of things and the power of truth.
The Chaos Space Marine towers over the Tech Priest's bowed heads like a dark cliff. He is reciting a sermon, slowly, almost chanting. From the mere sound of his deep, low voice, you break into a cold sweat, and your gorge rises.
Listen, for my words reveal to you a path from the darkness unto the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls seeking deliverance from the shroud of lies and torments of enslavement. Your minds have shed the bonds of the dogma that has guided you into the abyss. Accept now the hope granted to you by the greatest of the word-bearers.
Heinrich hisses through gritted teeth. I knew our meeting on RetconRaider wouldn't be the last. But to run into this anathema here, Kiava Gamma did not merely succumb to heresy, Valin. Your world is in the clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium. Pascal gazes at his former brethren and whispers dryly.
The new sphere signature of the defective units has been archived. In accordance with the sacred commandments, I will tolerate no heresy, and hereby sentence you to categorical disposal without redemption.
Voice. That voice. Have I heard it before? Or no. It's like it drowns out all other voices. Let's leave. Quickly, please. I mean, this does feel like a pretty good time to potentially pick up some intel. The Chaos Space Marine does not seem to notice you. His gaze is focused on his flock, who are hanging on his every word.
Those living a lie will not see the truth until they have renounced the false gods. Only through your faith does the reign of those corpse worms hold. Worms that devour your very body, wrecking weak souls, gnawing at your eyes and ears, so that you do not turn them toward the true masters. Your world, a foundry in the realm of corpses, was given the honor of serving as the crucible of the oncoming victory. And we, the word-bearers, shall be at the tip of it, as well as those of you who can overcome the slander of the false idols. The incinerating fires of Kiava Gamma will birth weapons, whose advance heralds the coming of a new age. An age wreathed by the glory and resplendence of chaos undivided.
It feels as if, with each of the Chaos Space Marine's words, the light around you dims. Something tickles your face. A thin rivulet of blood is streaming down from your nose, dripping onto your lips and chin.
Registering encroachment upon sacred furnaces through both thought and action. Initiating virtuous eradication procedure.
Pascal's voice is a bloodthirsty growl, its sound reminiscent of the whirring of a chainsword. One of his mechadendrites snaps its pincers as he charges into the fray. Yeah, good call. The Chaos Space Marine roars in fury as the Tech Priests turn and charge you as if on cue. Alright, let's do this. 1 Chaos Space Marine, 5 tough cultists. Seems simple enough. We'll take the usual approach. Snipers in back. Heinrichs and Pask up front. Adira maybe a bit away from everyone else. I mean, we've been okay on Vale thus far. But, you know, just a good precaution to abide by. In fact, yeah, that's slightly better. And here we go. Pop off some basic buffs. Set zones. A gloomy premonition clouds the mind. Nah, I'd win.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Over here, you chaos cowards! And set buffs.
To the weak.
Oh, nice. Kinda wish I'd saved that taunt now. That would have been perfect. And Pask. Let's get you right in there, lock down that Marine. I imagine he's got kicks, so we'll position accordingly. Kind of sandwich ourselves. I mean, in theory, Pask should be immune to knockdown, so I'm hoping they fix that. Nice. Not a bad start. Nearly yet? Ah, come on.
Chaos finds me.
Heinrichs. Honestly, almost kind of makes me wish we'd made Pascal a Vanguard as well.
Who if not me?
We could have double counter-attackers up there right now.
It's as good as done.
Oh, solid. Val coming in hot. Oh. Man, come on. You know what? I'm fine with that. You did more damage to your own guys than you did to us. But yeah, the thing with Pascal is definitely not working as intended. He has Steel of the Forge, which, among other things, should make him immune to being knocked prone. It's like one of the 3 things it does. Though, to be fair, largely moot. We've got momentum, so this fight's pretty much over. Let me just slap on some more buffs here real quick. And get base to base. Wow. And time for the Heinrich's roll.
I'll see our foes obliterated.
Chaos Marine out. With enough left in the tank for one more. My goodness. Heinrich's buddy, you gotta leave some for the rest of us. The real funny thing being that I legitimately gave him a pretty half-assed build. Like, I just kind of rushed through it. I wasn't expecting to use him for more than just this one main mission. And yet he is still out there just absolutely killing it.
Get out of my way!
Ooh, actually missed. No worries, Val's got the strays.
I'll see to it personally.
High momentum.
Oh, so close. And we're good. Yeah, man. As soon as Heinrich's got that momentum, it was indeed pretty much over. Heretical Bolter, pretty much useless. Just more cargo fodder. We have chain axes aplenty. And Arch Strategist's Mantle. Bonuses from the wearer's combat tactics areas are increased by plus 5%. For 1 round, if the wearer uses a stratagem different from the one used before. Does not stack. That feels way overly complicated. I don't really see us getting much use out of that. Oop. Ah, trapped the other approach for all the good it did them. Platform clear. And this should move the girders. Yes, perfect. Oh.
None are better at searching.
Sure, sure. One last attempt to whittle us down on approach. Futile effort, but can't really blame the guy for trying. Now let's put an end to this rubric cubus.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Actually feels kind of sparse. Oh, there it is. There's our Forge Fiend. Upon noticing you, Cubus Delphine straightens. You hear the clanging and groaning of metal, as if the pistons and bearings in the Fabricator Sensor's augmented body have fused together. Repellent scrapes and screeches punctuate his speech.
You. The probability of navigating your way, of reaching the inner line, was negligible. The primordial truth guards me and my work. Then why is it that this variable has yet to be eliminated?
Because the schemes of men and monsters are not but folly before the light of the Golden Throne, and to those who are guided by its light. You picked the wrong side, Delphine.
A gross misconception common among primitive minds. Your existence is but a statistical error that will soon be corrected.
You know, normally I'd be one to negotiate, but in this particular case, given everything we've seen, I can't really imagine even someone as charitable as Val trying to talk this guy down. Some people just need killing. What were you even trying to do here, Delphine? What did you throw your life away trying to accomplish?
Steel creations destined to serve the designs of truth. Did you see the elegance of their form? Their flawless ergonomics? And those are mere shells. True perfection fills them when they are instilled with a spark of life and granted purpose, to bring their wrath upon the heads of apostates. Once this army is assembled, but why waste words? You will see for yourself a modicum of the splendor that is in store for the Coronis Expanse.
The Fabricator Sensor straightens his back and shoulders. You hear a mounting hum as if from some powerful turbines, followed by heavy footsteps and a grinding of metal against metal. Oh, 2 Forge Fiends. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. What is that thing? The Fabricator Sensor lets out a binaric trill.
Witness the weapon designed to carry the glory of the true gods into the darkness of the Coronis Expanse. My shepherd has sent me one of his iron angels, so that its very presence may instill faith and awe in the hearts of his flock. Accept the greatness of the primordial truth, united with the might of the new Kiava Gamma, and perish.
Sorry, I am non-perishable. For the Emperor! For Kiava Gamma! Kill them all!
Accept this new sacrifice, sacred truth.
Okay, so 2 Forge Fiends, a Cubus Delphine, and some other assorted rabble. This is actually a bit of a fight. So let's be slightly wary on our setup here. Snipers in back. Heinrichs and Pask up front. And support somewhere in mid. Actually, you know what? That might be spreading ourselves a little too thin. Yeah, that's better. We'll focus down Forge Fiend 1 first. Try to hold Cubus and Forge Fiend 2 more or less in place. And, you know, trim down the chattel as opportunities present.
But of course.
Buff up Heinrichs. We're going to have a lot of plasma flying around. These guys have that super annoying counterattack ability. So important to bump up that dodge. Okay, okay. Yeah, the chattel's pretty lightweight. Shouldn't have much trouble trimming them. So our main threat here is really just the big guys. Oh, shoot. That's not quite what I was going for. All right, well.
Running binary override.
Pask moves to block. Actually, given their increased footprint, this does work as a pretty solid choke point.
Request approved.
Yeah, look at that. We can work with this.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Keep focusing down Forge Fiend 1. Oh, man, there goes our cover. Actually, the spikes might still be blocking. Wow, you suck. And Heinrichs. Let's get you in there. Oh, yeah, look at that. We've got them pretty well choke pointed. The spikes actually perfectly hold Delphine in place. Long as Pask and Heinrich stay up, we should be good.
But of course, Lord Captain.
I'll make it happen.
This guy's already down a third. Killing Edge might be worth it. My goodness. Yeah, I'd say that was worth it. Though I also notice he's not actually counterattacking, which is something I was kind of bracing for here. I wonder if the devs ended up nerfing it after complaints or something. The one back on the Corrupted Void ship did almost party wipe us.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Though, I mean, really, without it, these guys do feel like a bit of a pushover. It's basically just a glorified turret. Alright, well, let's focus down RobbyB. As I recall, Delphine does have an adaptive defense that gets higher the more he gets hit in a single turn. At least that's how it works back in Alpha.
If I may.
So you only wanted to hit him with your heaviest attacks, while using all your weaker attacks to trim the edges, to clear out the rest of the rabble. Yeah, see. The adaptive armor effect was applied as soon as we hit him.
I venerate you, machine spirit.
But with 20 stacks of Pastak going, Task and Heinrich shouldn't have any trouble holding him. That gives our snipers plenty of time to subtract the rest of the ads.
If I must.
Decent. Nice, nice. Get back in there. Top off Adira. Oh, yeah, he can't even scratch us at this point. Delphine, my friend, this is just sad. Pump up Pask.
On it.
One lackey left. And momentum. Which means it's pretty much over.
see to it personally.
That's fine. Dispatch. Sure, why not?
The best defense is a good offense.
Solid hit. Can't really complain.
Yet iron knows no pain.
Yeah, that's right. Get it all out of your system. Go down swinging.
This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intent.
Wow, nice. I mean, not even Cassie is under threat here. She has become a navigator ninja.
Let's see to it.
Give us Delphine. Unplugged. Heinrichs?
The Emperor is on our side. For the throne's glory.
Wow. Just... Hey, level up. Nice. But man, I do feel like this was way tougher back in Alpha. Though I suppose I was also a lot less familiar with the game in general back then, so who knows, maybe I'm just better. Though I sincerely doubt it. I was fumbling pretty hard those first few turns. And despite that, we still steamrolled these guys. Shifting Combi Tool. Plus 20 tech use. Very nice. Though I do notice a distinct lack of Omniscient axes. Interesting. Back in Alpha, he dropped a really nice upgrade for Pascal, but I suppose logically it would make sense for a fallen fabricator to discard what is essentially a glorified holy symbol. And I guess that's it. So I guess the shifting combi tool was our big prize here. Let's see if we can get that slotted. Oof. Both of the items we already have equipped are pretty solid. Though I suppose the anatomy tome only really applies to, like, half the fights we get into. Yeah, let's go ahead and swap them out. Plus 20 tech is just too good to pass up. But, you know, we'll keep the anatomy tome on hand. Might swap it back in before fights where we know we're going up against a bunch of humans. And with a level up in the queue, this does feel like a good place to call it. That aside, I would like to give this place one more pass, check all the nooks and crannies. I think we might still have some XP to milk from those various athletics checks. I will say, slightly disappointed with how easy Delphine went down. I was really expecting that to be a bit more of a grander battle. But, you know, it is what it is. Just as well, I suppose. I do get a bit antsy when a fight starts dragging past that 15-minute mark. At least he didn't overstay his welcome. Anyway, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, give this place another once-over, figure out what we're doing with these level-ups, and, yeah, we'll pick up here next time. As we officially finish our time on our fallen Forge world. Try to get this place cleaned up, back up and running, and then pave a path towards the pending DLC. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie B23, Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
The Emperor is on our side.